late April, early May, you'll start to see the ball fly out. But as Bronzini finishes the job to Evan Griffiths, a couple of strikeouts for the left-hander who settles in, but the Red Wolves jump on the board first. A solo shot from Ashton Quiller. 2 homers, 7 driven in. 1-2, there's the slider, and he gets him swinging. Couple strikeouts and a 1-2-3 first for Cole Turner. 1-2 pitch off the inside part of the bat. Long run for Cano towards the wall on the first base side, and Little Rock's first baseman going to have room over there in foul ground. Puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. Cano was 5 for 12 on the weekend. Gets a fastball. That one got in on the hands a little bit. It's a long run for the center fielder there, Quiller, who's going to have to watch it drop in front of him as the outfield was playing pretty deep there on the power bat of Cano, and he has himself a single that drops into center field. Cano leading off of first. 3-2 pitch, smoked through the 3-4 hole. That's a base hit out to right field. Angel Cano was kind of indecisive about whether to go first to third, but either way, table is set here for Little Rock in the home half of the second. 7 off of tying the all-time Trojan record. 1-1 pitch. They went inside to Bombach, and he turned it around out to center. That's going to go all the way to the wall and split the gap. Angel Cano will score. Ty Rhodes getting the wave. The throw home, not in time. A 2 RBI double off the bat of Nico Bombach. A welcome back for the newly reinserted Bombach. 1-2. Just a slap swing there on an outside pitch right down the third base line it goes. McClure going to try and stretch this one into a double. Throw comes in. Bombach scores, and it's a 3-1 Little Rock lead. 1.200 as that one's on the ground left side. Charging is the third baseman. Torres fires over to first in time to get Smith. And that'll get the Red Wolves out of the inning, but it's a 3 spot for the Trojans in the home half of the second. We move to the third, a 2-run game at Gary Hogan Field. 2-2 pitch off the end of the bat over to short. Jordy Lopez going to go the short way to Jake McClure at second. And Nick Bronzini, 3 strong innings of just 1-run ball. Rhodes singled through the 3-4 hole his first time up, and he swings at this one, catches it off the hands. Trying to say catch here as Rhodes is set down, and the third inning is finished. That ball's hit pretty well out to left. Cade Smith going to chase it back. He'll look up. It's off the top of the wall as Gary Hogan Field just barely able to hold that one in. Cross jumper thought he had his 3rd of the year. He'll have to settle for his 2nd double of the season. This just his 4th start of the year. That one's off the end of the bat. Long run for Chaplin, who was playing, or for McClure, who was playing towards the bag, and he gets over there to make the play. Get out of the squat on Sundays and let Bilski get the job done. Ground ball to third. Nico Bombach has it. Fires over to first, and Cano can't make the play as Bombach's throw ended up dying on Little Rock's first baseman, and the Red Wolves going to get a run back here in the 4th. As Raul Torres readies himself, takes one in the dirt. Runner on the move. Throw down is a good one. McClure applies the tag. And Cade Martin able to help out his right-hander get out of the 4th. A big throwdown to get the Trojans out of the frame. In place of Cooper Chaplin, who's been struggling at the plate. Little drag bunt, push bunt. Does it beat the pitcher? Throw over to first. Safe is Jake McClure. First baseman Derek Martinez wants a challenge. But the drag bunt, if anything else, you just want to get that a little bit further out there in between the pitcher, the second baseman, and the first baseman. That's kind of that Bermuda Triangle zone where you see a lot of base hits on those push bunts, those drag bunts. At the push bunt, really good spot to place it in. Make a call, and out is going to be the call. So a good stretch over there at first base by Derek Martinez at these midweeks where we see, lots of runs scored usually. On the ground, going to be a tough play at short. 2 hops for Patrick Ingskoff, charging and firing in time to beat the speedy Jordy Lopez over to first. Van Cleve sticks with it here on 3-2. Big curveball, hangs out just a little upstairs as Van Cleve can't find the release point. Can't get it quite honed in. 3-1. That's a good pitch to hit, and he does that out to right center. Long run for Ty Rhodes. He'll look up, and he'll watch it Let's see what the call is here. Looks like it's going to stay in the yard off the yellow tape, and now some confusion. Waiting to see. There's a point from the first base umpire, Connor Lindsay. I don't know if that's, what does that point mean? It looked like Connor Lindsay was going to point and then make a home run signal, but then he just kind of held his finger up and pointed at the ball. As the umpires continue discussing things on the infield here, they see if they go to a monitor. Honestly, couldn't tell just quite yet on that view so far in college baseball under that mark. All right, it's going to stay at a double, so I was wrong on my first view assessment, as I usually am, and Ashton Quiller has himself a double. He's up to 8 doubles now on the season. Mike Silva can't believe it because he thinks that ball left the yard. Again, this is a head coach for Arkansas State who he knows Gary Hogan Field very well. He spent 2 years here as an assistant under Chris Curry. He's at least brought about a second conversation from the umpiring crew after the review. Rarely see this, but I guess there's more to talk about here. Not sure, just. And now they're going to send, okay, so they're going to send Amundsen home to score. They're going to say that Amundsen would have scored. That was the conversation that Mike Silva was having. So he was saying, hey, if that's a double, then we need to score that run, and the umpiring crew is going to abide after a short conversation, and that's going to quickly get Little Rock head coach Chris Curry off of, out of his dugout. He's saying, well, hold on. This was done and dusted after the review. You can't just send him home way after the fact. So, and now Coach Curry has done enough to, or is potentially challenging now whether that run should score, the tying run. This is one of the more obscure scenes I've seen with since Replay Challenge has been involved in college baseball. So just to fill you in here, Ashton Quiller hits a double or a home run. It's off the top of the wall. First review comes in to see what that is. They rule it's a double and that the lead runner should stay at third base. Let's get another look at this if we can. Had some difficulties with the replay we just might be able to see. Not sure just yet. Let's see. Honestly, on that angle, it looks like it just bounces off the top of the yellow. So they got that part right. But now the conversation is not on Quiller. It's on the lead runner who was rounding third at the time. So just a load to unpack on this single play as things have come to a halt, a screeching halt here at Gary Hogan Field. But for the moment, it's an RBI double for Quiller. And the graphic is right. Runner at second, one out here in a tie game. And we're ready to play baseball again here in the capital city. Lane Walton with, he's going to get the free pass. They don't want to mess with Walton, who has 10 home runs already this season. He pitches to a lot of ground balls, but that's not going to be a ground ball. That's going to be deep out to left field, and that's going to leave the yard. Right on cue as a big fly off the bat of Evan Griffiths reestablishes a 3-run lead for the Red Wolves as they make it 6-3 here in the 5th. Evan Griffiths with his 3rd homer of the year. Back to it off the end of the bat. Right back to the right-hander who shovels it over to Angel Cano and escapes the jam, but not before the big swing for the Red Wolves. A 3-run shot off the bat of Evan Griffiths. Flips the tape. We're halfway through it at Gary Hogan Field. 1-2 pitch. Slider hangs up in the zone, but it wasn't what Martin was looking for as that one buckled him a bit. Quick strikeout out of the pen for Brett Foss, who picks up 2 quick outs, and we move to the 6th. It's straight to Southern Miss, or against Southern Miss after this. That ball hit pretty well to left field. Cade Smith ranging back, and the park going to hold this one as he's able to bring it down a step or 2 in front of the warning track. So a loud out off the bat of Raul Torres. 3 flyouts for Josh Beasley, a 1-2-3-6. Infield slightly shifting Rowe to pull. The 0-1 pitch gets one to hit. It's it the other way towards the left field corner, jumping and unable to make the play is cross jumper. Rowe's going to run for a while as he's well around second before the ball is picked up out there, and he slides into third with a leadoff triple. And he's 2 for 2 today already. 0-1 pitch, slapped hard on the ground to third. Third baseman Torres thought about going home, but he'll just get the shore out at first. And there's one away on the RBI ground out for Cano. As he swings at the first pitch he sees, bounces it over to second. And jogging over, making the play the short way himself is Lane Walton. So Red Wolves get out of it. Little Rock get one back as they try and chip away. We move to the final 3 frames. And the outfield is playing more or less straight up now. 1-2, breaking pitch, freezes him. Brody Bunting getting the better of the power-hitting left-handed bat of Lane Walton. That's his first strikeout out of the bullpen. And it's time to stretch here at Gary Hogan Field. Lopez on the ground, right side, right into the vacated area left by the shift. Good piece of hitting there. He takes the outside sinker right where it was pitched. He has his first hit this afternoon. Fly. He stays put there. Coyle lays down a really good bunt here to third, and he's going to beat it out. No throw over to first base on a perfectly laid down bunt from Austin Coyle. And in this case, looks like head coach Chris Curry wants to get that trail runner into scoring position, that tying run. Bunt laid down from Smith. It's a good one. Lopez going to get to third. It's perfect. Runner, look, there was a little bit of an argument there from Charles Gravett, and yeah, he wants the review. I think we're going to review. There's a good look at the bunt. Close one there. You can see his foot is off the bag initially, and then it's just a matter of does he get it back on in time. We have a official verdict here, and Cade Smith is going to be out at first base. So Cooper Garrison is able to get his foot back. 2-2. On the ground to short. This will get a run home. Over to first goes Patrick Engskoff, and he retires Cade Martin, who picks up an RBI on the 6-3 ground out. See if he's able to do anything against that pitch here. Gets under it out to left field. Pops it up high. Patrick Engskoff, the shortstop, over into foul territory and has to keep his balance on the wet grass here in the capital city, and he does just that. Little Rock trying to come back into this game, pick up a contest against the Red Wolves, something they haven't done a whole lot lately. Throw down. Second is a beauty from Cade Martin, right on the money. Nice work from Martin. Bunting. It's a breaking ball in the zone. That's going to take back Cade Smith. Who's going to, for this, be Cade Smith bouncing into the wall there, but having just enough room as that ball was carrying out to left center. That one is senior year. 1-1 to Rhodes. That one off the end of the bat, popped up, shallow left, long run, and coming in and making the play is Cross Jumper, presenting the tying run. 1-1, he gets into one out to left, diving attempt, Cross Jumper. And he makes the play to end the 8th as Little Rock thought they had the tying run in scoring position there, but Cross Jumper laying out, saving the Red Wolves, and we head to the 9th, a 1-run game. Big spot. 3-2 pitch, breaking offering, not a bad location, but Jake Henry Williams not budging, and he'll have a free pass. 3-2. Off-speed pitch, misses down low, no chase from Campbell, and so a left-on-left walk. It's a tough one for Gassman, who was brought in for that very scenario. Nobody out. Squaring around again is Torres. That one is bunted down the third base side, past Baumbach. Schimmel's going to have to throw to first, and he throws it away. One run is going to score as everybody's going to move up an extra 90 feet. Torres into second, and Campbell into third. And it's an even bigger first out considering who's digging into the box now. Ashton Quiller, the second-year Red Wolf. And they're just going to award the free pass to Quiller, who's already done some damage to Little Rock with an RBI double and an RBI solo shot. He's going to be awarded first base. Throw it further down. That's a changeup, and that's hit out there into center field. One run's going to score. Trail runner coming. Throw from Lopez is not going to come home. 2 runs score for the Red Wolves, and they take a 9-5 lead as they put up a 3 spot here in the 9th. The Trojans. 2-1 pitch. That one out to right center. That's going to split the gap. Ty Rhodes will get there on a hop. He throws it into second. Chance here for Lopez. He's going to get a relay to the plate, and in comes the run to score. That was Ashton Quiller from second. It'll be an RBI double for Patrick Ingskoff. He's up to 18 on the year. And then a midweek on the road in Springfield at Missouri State to follow. That breaking pitch is out to right field, hit pretty well. Ty Rhodes chasing, and Ty Rhodes crashing into the wall as he can't get there. One run's going to score. Second run is going to come around to the plate as the Red Wolves have put up 6 in the ninth. They lead it 12-5. Griffiths has 2 more RBIs. They really put this one out of reach. 1-2 pitch on the ground to first. It'll stay fair for Angel Cano. He'll take it over to the bag. And Little Rock escaped the ninth, but not before Arkansas State pile on with 6. And we've got a 7-run game headed to the home half of the ninth. Followed him here to Little Rock. The 2-2 sinker got him swinging. Castillo just a touch behind that sinking fastball and on top of it against UCA. 1-2, and he's behind the sinker. Garrison continues to pick up the K's here. Second one in this ninth inning. It was the first series that they had been defeated in all years. Look out, that ball's right back up the middle. Playing him to the shift was Lane Walton over at second. He fires it to first, and that will be all. So Arkansas State behind some late run support, a 6 spot in the ninth, able to pick up a road victory over Little Rock in the first of 3 between these two sides, 3 midweeks across the course of the year. They get the job done on the road. They move to 13-5 on the regular season.